Marvel Rivals Alpha is coming to a close, at least at the time of this recording, and I was fortunate enough to get a code for the alpha, and today we are going to rate all of the different outfits for all of the characters in this game. Just as a quick reminder, this is just my own personal thoughts and opinions on how all these characters look. Obviously, they have a very unique style just for the Marvel Rivals, futuristic, Overwatch-ish kind of look that they're kind of going for. I'm not going to try to judge it too harshly based on the fact that, like, oh, well, I just don't like how futuristic they look like. I'm trying to talk about them as they are presented here in this style. And without further ado, we are going to get started with Bruce Banner slash the Hulk. So immediately, you guys know what I'm gonna say. It's the Hulk. He has a Power Rangers belt, and that's pretty much it for his default look. We can actually zoom in a little bit more here too to get a slightly closer look, but I mean, they kind of did their job, right? It's just the Hulk. You know, the belt is cool. Like, I like the green for the gamma radiation stuff, and I like how the purple shirt is still ripped here. You can still see it. You know, he has a fade for his hairline, and I like that his eyes are green. You know, that's a very subtle detail, but if you look right there, his eyes are actually gamma green, which is really cool. For this, I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. You know, like I said, it's the Hulk. He has a green belt, and then Bruce Banner is just kind of the same way. It's just Bruce Banner but with a belt and a gun. You know, I appreciate that he actually has a badge right here, and that's pretty much it. And then his monster Hulk form is also just the Hulk, but he's slightly larger. And it looks like he's going into Ultra Instinct. So again, like, the overall fit is going to be like a 7. His ult is going to be, oh my god, that's terrifying. Ooh, it actually says inspired by Incredible Hulk Volume 2, number 102. That's actually really cool that they have this right here. But this is just basically Planet Hulk for Ragnarok style Hulk. I like the armor here, and I mean, it's clearly inspired by that, and it looks really cool for that, and like the specific look that they have too. I was about to say, he's better not look exactly the same. I like how they did this with his outfit too. Like, he has the armor, but what I think is very interesting is that, opposed to how he normally is, where he rips his shirt and his pants, the gauntlet on his arm is so small, but then when he transforms, it just becomes a bigger gauntlet. That's like the only thing where I'm like, that's kind of interesting that they did that, but you know, suspension of disbelief, I guess. And then we have this. You know what this looks like? This looks like Ultimate Spider-Man Green Goblin, and not really the Hulk. But oh my god, this looks so much better in terms of like the transformation, if that makes sense. Like, when we go back to this first one here, it's just this Hulk but larger, and there's nothing really different about it. But when we go here, he has the teeth here, and then all of the different protruding like bone parts. It's like a monstrosity Hulk, and I like that they did that, and I hope that for future skins they do this. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10, and obviously this looks really solid, but the transformation of this is what really did it for me. It leans into the monster aspect a lot, and again, I appreciate that they didn't just make this but a little larger. They fully committed to it, and I think it really works here. So up next, we have the Punisher. This is one of the characters that I was using the most throughout the closed alpha. I really like Punisher. He is buff. When I say I like the Punisher, I love Jon Bernthal as the Punisher. I'm used to like the slim fit that he has, right? Like, he's still like strong and like muscly, but he's not jacked, right? This Punisher is jacked, and it works really well here, but part of me is just like, oh my god, dude, look at the size of those arms. Like, he arguably has the same bicep size as the Hulk. It's kind of crazy. What I really like is the Punisher logo is just, you know, it's the Punisher logo, but they had to make it different. But I like that he has face paint over his face that is also the Punisher logo. And one of the things that I said, and it's definitely just because of the way that his face is structured with his hair along with the cartoony look, he reminds me very heavily of Handsome Jack from Borderlands, and I can't unsee it now, just in terms of how he looks with his face. But it looks really good. I like it. Overall, I think it's a really nice design, and I think that like the way that he moves around just looks a little silly because of how large he is, but I mean, I guess it works, you know. I would probably give this one a 6 out of 10. Nothing super special. And now we have Thunderbolts Punisher, which is mechanized Punisher. and they took the face paint off, which I actually think makes him look a little bit more like, I don't want to say better, because like this kind of had a specific vibe going for it with the face paint, but then this just feels like, yep, that's Frank Castle, all right. I like the Punisher logo for the armor here, but it doesn't really look all that much like a skull. It's like a very specific skull design, and it's just, it doesn't really work all that well in my opinion. But then the rest of it is just a black bodysuit with the red like accents here. It's all right, you know. I wouldn't use this. I would almost prefer the logo to be white, but I get why it's red. So I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. It's mid. Up next, we have Storm, who I have only seen a small handful of times in this beta. I feel like no one has been playing Storm. So for Storm, it's Storm. I like her hair. I don't even know what style that is really, but I like it for what they have here. Oh my god, I'll be completely real, y'all. It's been so long since I've seen Storm in anything. I just kind of forgot what Storm is supposed to look like. This is one of the only times I'm gonna do this. I need to compare what Storm actually looks like versus this. What is that like logo on her? It's not really a logo. From my understanding, she also doesn't have a logo minus like the X. Oh, it's supposed to be an X. That kind of shows you how great of a job they did on that. I like the thunder gauntlets over here to symbolize Storm. Her earrings look really cool too. I'll be real, I've never really had any sort of personal attachment to this character. I'm so sorry, Justin Wong, I just don't. The outfit doesn't really do it for me, but I like the lightning design over here. That's probably my favorite part. Oh, and she has an X on her cape too, because she's an X-Man. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10 also. It's just not really doing anything for me, and I'm willing to bet it's just the same thing in white. And I'll be real, I think that it looks better with the white and gold rather than the black and silver. Some of the characters just have alt colors, some of them have actual alt costumes, and I know that obviously we're gonna be getting way more costumes when we actually get this game fully released. For right now, I thought it was kind of interesting how some characters have alternate costumes and other ones have alternate colors, so it is what it is, I guess. But I mean, I like this more, but it's still the same costume, and it's also labeled as 97 Storm, which, sorry, I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, or the 90s show. I will get to it eventually, okay? But for right now, I'm gonna give this one like a 5, because it's like still the same design, but I like the color here a little bit more. Up next, we have my least favorite character in this entire alpha. I hate playing against Loki. This character has been in every single match, and he has
at your service.
Oh, he's just gonna keep doing that, isn't he? It's Loki.
You chose wisely.
And I really wish he would shut up. To me, it's just Avengers Loki.
It's time for magic and mischief.
It's all right. It's Loki. I hate him. He gets a 2 out of 10. Oh my god, shut up. President Loki looks so much better. I like this outfit. I like it more than his other one, but
at your service.
Can you please let me finish my sentence, Loki? Oh my god. I like the green suit here with the actual Loki pin. The scarf is cool. This thing is cool. His helmet is cool because it's not like super large. The cane is nice.
At your service.
I like that he has rings, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I like it. But this character is not getting anything higher than it. Oh my god. I'm getting out of here. Up next is Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. I like this outfit. I think the cloak is nice. He has the Eye of Agamotto in the center. I like the red and black color scheme, and I feel like I'm just used to seeing his red and blue, so I'd like to see another color with the blue to make it maybe pop out a little bit more. I think it looks good here. That's probably the only thing that I would really change. I'm just gonna keep saying it, is Doctor Strange. Like, futuristic looking Doctor Strange. And you know what, like, he also is very fun to play in this game. Completely unrelated to the suit ratings, but I wish I could actually play Doctor Strange effectively because of the portal thing. I'll probably just have to practice more. But for Doctor Strange, I'm gonna give him like maybe like an 8 out of 10, because I mean, like, this suit doesn't really wow me, but I like it. The only thing I would change, like I said, would be just making the black blue just to see how it looks, and then that's pretty much it. God of Magic, this looks freaking rad. So what is this? God of Magic is inspired by Doctor Strange, Volume 1, number 3. 383. I like how he has that third eye up here. I really don't know what that represents because I just saw Multiverse of Madness and I just didn't know what that meant. I like how he has the symbol right here on his belt with the green. Like, I think the green kind of adds a little bit more to it with the black, gold, and then the white cape. I like the fact that his eyes are glowing because, again, like, God of Magic. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I will probably give this one an 8 out of 10. It's really cool. It's probably not one that I would use, but I appreciate that it's here, and I've seen a lot of people use this. Mantis. I have only seen Mantis a small handful of times. Mantis looks really cool. I like the nature aesthetic for her, but it still looks very futuristic. Like, it doesn't look like she's from outer space. It just looks like futuristic. Ooh, the gauntlet right there is actually really cool. The makeup looks nice. The green really pops, and again, it's like the nature aesthetic for like the roots here. Overall, it's just a really good design. I would give this one a 7 out of 10, probably like 7.5. I don't know, like 7.5 probably. It's nice. It's Mantis, and I have no idea how I feel about this one. Oh, this is an original to Marvel Rivals, and it looks like it because this looks super duper hyper robot realism. I know what they're going for, but it looks like Power Rangers Mantis, and like even the Mantis, the Mantis antennas here kind of add to that. I mean, it looks all right. Like, I don't really hate it. I think that the purple here is really cool, like to kind of contrast with the shiny green and then just the black textures here. It's kind of busy, but it works because it's busy because of the robot aesthetic. For an original design for Mantis, I think it looks really cool. I would probably give this one a 7 out of 10. I understand what they're going for, but I'm also just not really feeling anything with it, you know? So it's just like 7. Rocket Raccoon, played by Nolan North. Nolan North feels like he could voice half the cast here and it would still work. You know what I'm gonna say? It is a Rocket Raccoon. Again, kind of going into that futuristic, but not outer space futuristic. Oh my god, that... I'm sorry, Rocket. You're not a raccoon, but it's just in your name, so I gotta say it. I'm sorry, buddy. I think it looks really cool. The red eyes terrify me. The gauntlet spikes here are really cool. Oh, I just realized he has a rocket mohawk. That's really cool, actually. I like that mohawk. Rocket Raccoon is gonna get an 8 out of 10 for me. Pretty cool. And then we have 1872 Bounty Hunter, which is original to Marvel Rivals, apparently. And holy crap, this is a really cool theme for the Bounty Hunter. I like the hat, the cowboy hat. This, you know what, this one is gonna get a 9 out of 10 for me. I like the theme. I like that he has like all the different bullets around like his arms, his hips. Oh my gosh, look at his little fur. Look at the paws right there. He has the cowboy boots. That's so cool. It's like a steampunk aesthetic with Bounty Hunter, with Cowboy. I like this for the jetpack too, and then if it gets overheated, it'll probably just blow up. And then the, you know, the red fur is also a really nice touch for it too. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Hela, one of my least favorite characters to go up against, especially when I was first playing this. I'll be real, just kind of looks exactly like how she does in Thor Ragnarok. It works. The design choice is really nice. I like the cape, how the cape sort of, like, I don't even really know how to describe it. It's like an aura, not fire, but just like, it looks like fire, but it doesn't feel like fire. It looks really cool is what I'm trying to get at. I like how they have the lines, like the green lines here, to add a little bit of like more layers to it, you know? The green line textures here for basically like her bodysuit look really cool, and it adds a lot to it. She looks really cool. In my opinion, this is probably one of my favorite designs here. It doesn't hit that 10 out of 10 for me, but I think that this is the best designed out of all of them so far. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. And going into the red, you know me, you know what I'm gonna say. 10 out of 10, this is my favorite suit so far. It's not just because it's red, okay? It adds a lot to it. The red looks really, really, really freaking cool here. The yellow eyes, as opposed to the green eyes that she had here. Like, I mean, like, she has green eyes, but they're not, like, highlighted. These ones are actually highlighted and it's scary. And I also like how, you know, her bodysuit kind of goes throughout the entire outfit here, but it doesn't here. Like, she actually has some skin showing, which just, it looks really cool, especially compared to the rest of the suit. And I think it, again, adds another layer to it, right? Instead of just being a bodysuit all the way through. And oh my god, it works really well here. 10 out of 10. My favorite suit so far. Up next, we have Black Panther. I figured it'd be T'Challa, but I just wanted to make sure. So Black Panther, say it with me now. It's Black Panther, but I am not sure about the gold. The gold's fine, don't get me wrong, but whenever I see the gold pattern, it makes me think of Killmonger and not Black Panther, and that's kind of more the reason why I'm like, oh, I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, I think it helps it stand out, but as Black Panther's default, I just don't know, especially because there is still purple throughout the suit too. Like, it's very subtle, but it's there. And I don't know, I feel like the gold is there because they wanted to add another outline and layer to the suit, but they didn't want to make it purple, so that's why they did that. But I just maybe want to see what it would look like if it was purple. But other than that, I think it's Black Panther, you know? I like the necklace outline here too. And then obviously he has a bunch of tech outlines, which we're just gonna get tech outlines forever at this point because, again, have to make it different. But overall, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10 maybe. It looks more like an alternate costume. Like, it's like a player 2 outfit because of the gold. And it reminds me more of Killmonger than it does Black Panther. This one, oh my god, you know what I'm gonna say because it's red, but it looks really good, even just as a alternate color. The red really pops out here. I like it. And it's not just that it's red, but it's like red mixed in with like a maroon and then kind of goes into like the black here. It looks really nice. Like, in all the different textures too. I just realized it on this one and not this one for some reason. Like, you see like the texture is not directly on his ass, but just like the dots there. I think that, again, adds another layer to the suit, makes it look a little bit cleaner. They still have like a little bit of purple here, but it's like purple with red, so I'm wondering if in gameplay this changes to red instead of purple. But I don't know, kind of like the same way like if Hela's stuff changed from green to red, if they used that all. I just think that'd be a cool thing that they did, I'm assuming, but I can't really say at the moment. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10, just because, I mean, it's the same suit, same design and everything. I feel like if I gave it an 8, it would just be because it's red, and I feel like I shouldn't do that just because it's red. You know what, fuck it, it's my video. 8 out of 10 because it's red. Don't at me in the comments. He is Groot. It's Groot. it's a tree. I like that he's a tree. I thought he just flipped that thing off. I thought he went like this instead of like this for a second. I like the green. Like, he's not just a tree. He has the green nature energy, and I think that it looks really nice and adds a layer to it. Otherwise, he would be just a tree. But that's pretty much it. Groot is gonna get an I am Groot out of 10. Abies Azure. Is it just Groot? But it is. It is just Groot, but ice. I like this less than this. It's just very sad and depressing and cold. So I'm gonna give this one a he is not Groot out of 10. You cannot use normal human words when reviewing Groot. You're absolutely right. Let me try that again. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Magik. I do not know a freaking thing about this character, and that's pretty much like 90% of the people that played this game, probably. But she looks cool. I didn't even get a chance to play as her in the beta yet, or the alpha, excuse me, but I would like to, because what I saw looked really cool, and frankly, this looks like a character that I would fall in love with, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, she has a big ass Dante sword, and she looks like this, you know, like the okay, so this is where my emo kid is gonna come out, right? The torn leggings, magnifique. Torn leggings just look cool. The armor looks really cool. She's just fucking Cloud Strife. I just realized that she has the single shoulder pad over here with the spike, the gauntlet over here with the spikes, and then the brass knuckle thing here with the spikes, and then she has like a singular bracelet. It's just emo girl magic Cloud Strife. And I love Cloud Strife. This outfit gets an 8 out of 10 for me. 7 of those points are because of the torn leggings. Everything else is because the design actually looks cool. The sword looks really nice, by the way. I need to play Magik, actually. I'm gonna pick her up at some point. And then she also... Would these still be considered torn leggings? I'm gonna count it. Wow. Dude, holy shit, that sword design looks so freaking cool. Oh my god. Wow. And then she's holding it in the reverse grip Force Unleashed style. The evil devil horns look really cool, which is probably what, like, that's kind of there for. The white hair is really cool. Like, I like this aesthetic. I was not expecting it. I'll be completely real. But my thoughts are still the same. It's gonna be 8 out of 10. Like, these are gonna be rated together, basically, but yeah. 8 out of 10. And then this is just the same thing, but alternate color. The only thing that I like different about this one that isn't just like, oh, it's an alternate color, is that the sword changes colors from purple to pink. That's like the only thing about this suit that is better than this one. But even then, this one doesn't really need that color change. I just prefer this one because it's all black instead of the like dark blue / purple. And then I mean, it's just kind of the same thing here. So 7 out of 10 because again, it's the same suit. I just don't like the color. Like 7 to like 6.5. And here is the other character that I don't know a thing about, Luna Snow, the Lucio of the game. I played her like once or twice. If I have to play a healer, I'll probably play as her just because I refuse to use Loki because I hate him. So Luna Snow, I need to know more about this character. What is her deal? So she's a pop star and a superhero, and she has light and dark ice powers. Like, her design is really cool. I like the white and black hair, symbolizing, I guess, the light and dark. She just looks really cool. She looks like a K-pop star, you know? Like, it makes sense for her character. She looks the part. I like the ice symbol in the back. Overall, I think it's a really nice design. I like what they're going for. I even like how her eyes are 2 different colors too, a la lady style. She has earrings, and then even here, dark, light. Overall, I would actually give this design like a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 because it does look really good. And again, the whole light dark thing, I didn't even really realize that when I was playing her, that she had like those 2 different parts, but reading the bio makes sense. This I actually really like. The freaking buttercup look. I think that I like, oh my god, it's actually really hard to say because this one has a very obvious contrast of like black, white, you know, but like this is dark green, light green, and it kind of meshes a little bit better. And it's the same suit, but I think that the green really does add to it. I almost wish that her effects were also like a shade of green. It's probably my only nitpick about it is that I just wish that the effects were green. What'd I give this one? Like a 7.5 to an 8? This one is gonna get an 8.5 because I just think it looks better even though it's the same suit. Like, it's a good design, it really is. But and I think the color works better here because it's 2 different shades of green versus like light and dark, black and white. Overall, a really good design, and I need to play this character more. And up next we have Josh Keaton as Iron Man. Josh Keaton, who is 1 space away from being the character that he should be playing in this game. But I digress. He does a good job as Iron Man. I'll just say that, but he's right there. It's fine, Yuri can take him, I guess. So Iron Man, you know what I'm gonna say. It's Iron Man. I do not know how I feel about the blue going throughout these parts of the suits, like, you know, the legs and then the torso and then the arms here. A lot of lines. It reminds me of like his more futuristic tech armor, which I guess fits this world. The arc reactor core looks pretty decent. I'm not really a big fan of the mask though. I think that the eyes are a little too angled. I don't know. I'm not really vibing with the face and the eyes. That's kind of like my main thing that just makes me kind of go, it's not my favorite design. I would probably give this one like a 6 out of 10. It's Iron Man. It works still, but there's something about the face I just don't really like. And up next we have 1872 Steam Power. Was the rocket one 1872 also? Okay, so that's gonna be one of the themes, 1872. Inspired by 1872 Volume 1, Number 3. Steampunk Iron Man with 1872 Steam Power. Oh, wait, the gears turn in the back too? That's a really cool detail. I like that. The repulsor colors are different too because of the steam, but let's see what happens. Yeah, they changed the color on that too. That's good. I like that the arc reactor is just a fire pit that's running the suit. Like, this kind of mask design, now that I see it, makes me realize what I don't like about this. So it's just the eyes here with no other like facial expressions, like no mouth, quote unquote, right? But this one actually has a mouth. And the eyes are a bit better here. I'm gonna give this one a probably like a 7.5 because it doesn't wow me. I like it. Oh, actually, wait. Look at what happens when the repulsor blast activates. So if you look like through his chest all the way through his arms, it actually glows red because of the heat and the steam going through there. Never mind, it's getting an 8 out of 10 for me. That's a really cool detail, and I like that. The other thing that I'm thinking too, this is like obviously a very narrow selection of suits, and I'm sure that when the game comes out, there's gonna be more suits that are like this that make me go, oh, this is a really cool detail. But like for right now, it's like these are the only two that I really have to compare. That's kind of why I'm saying that's like, oh, it's like a really like cool subtle detail there. I'm really looking forward to when this game fully releases and they just add in a bunch of different outfits, because that is going to be a really fun time to just sift through and talk about, because we're actually going to have more to compare to other than just two suits. And now the character that I'm sure you all have been waiting for, we have the amazing Spider-Man. A lot of people were talking about this suit online when it first came out. So here's the deal. I actually did a poll recently to see what people thought about with this suit, and most of the people said that it was meh. And I kind of agree. It is Spider-Man, but they had to add in a bunch of lines and a bunch of different things to make it look different. One of the things that I personally am not a fan of is the way that the logo looks, because I mean, like, this logo is kind of okay. I get what they're going for with the spider design that goes down through the abdomen, right? And I mean, that's just Andrew Garfield's, the way that his suit looks too. My main problem is actually more with the back logo. What is this? Someone made a fan art of this suit, but with a white logo instead of a black logo, and I think it works way better. I'm not sure if that's the Insomniac isms being protruded onto this and going like, oh, the white logo is just better now because we're spoiled because of Insomniac, but I think that it truly did look better because it was white. I don't know, it just doesn't really pop out. It's not even really centered on his back, I don't think, either. That's the other thing, because of how large it is. It's just a really weird logo, and I'm just not a fan of it. And I think that if it was white, it would stand out a little bit more, but because it isn't, it just, you barely see it at like a glance. The other thing that I think about this suit is that there is way too much blue in here. Wow, I didn't get a good look at the web shooters originally, and they're web shooters. The tech outlines here are just, they're gonna happen because it's tech outlines. I think that it looks cool for what they're going for in the like futuristic aspect. There's a lot of choices here that I just personally do not like. The other thing too, like going down to his legs, I don't really mind this, like the fact that the red is just all red, but the blue is kind of like X'd here. Like, it's not really webbed. It's just a very weird pattern. But I also don't really know what's going on with his ankles here. Like, you know, like he looks like a robot, and it's very weird. It's either he's a robot or he's in an actual like mechanical suit. I just don't know what the ankle situation is here. It just looks really weird. So overall, I'm gonna have to give this one like a 5 out of 10. It's a very average looking suit, borderline below average. You can still look at this and go, it's Spider-Man, but there's a lot in here that I personally don't like. And the second that they give like a classic lineup of suits, I'm switching it. And the second costume that we have is 2099 Spider-Punk, which is apparently original to Marvel Rivals. Oh my god, he looks great here. I really like this outfit. League's better than his default look, and I know that it's just a 2099 alternate outfit. It looks really cool, and I don't even know where to begin with this. Obviously, the mohawk, right? You can't go wrong with the mohawk. And then the general Spider-Punk aesthetic. All the different pins look really cool, obviously. I like the logo. The logo is very small. It's very simple. Is there a back logo? There's not a back logo. Is that a guitar pick right there? That's really cool. Like the necklace looks like it's 2099 Spider-Punk, and it looks really cool. It's one of the things that I really like about this, obviously he's wearing a helmet, but the helmet with this specific design for the eyes, nose, and the mouth being a spider that's kind of distorted to make those shapes super cool. I need to see what his bottom looks like. So it goes into the blue. He has a bit of yellow here that I didn't see originally, and that's probably because the jacket was covering it up. But it goes from blue to white, and then he's wearing high top Converse boots. I think that completes the look. I don't know why, I just don't think I can see myself using it. I think that's just because like my brain is like, oh, Spider-Man, like this is as close as I can get to feeling and playing like Spider-Man in this game, but this suit is just so rad and I love it. This one is also going to get, should it get a 10? Comparing it to the rest of the other suits right here, I think that this one gets either a 9.5 or a 10. I can't really decide. I don't know. I think 10 out of 10 maybe is stretching it a little bit, but it is also just that good. You know what? Fuck it. 10 out of 10. Everyone was going crazy online when they saw this, and even I agree. It's like, I'm not the biggest Spider-Punk fan. Like, even in Spider-Verse, I was just kind of like, yeah, like he's cool, but like I'm not a part of the like Spider-Punk cult, I guess. I don't know. But this suit, holy shit, it looks so good. And I just realized too, he gets his own MVP thing too. Ten out of 10. Magneto! Where's your curly mustache at? The fact that this Magneto is white and not red is very jarring to me. It totally works here, don't get me wrong. It's just weird seeing this. When I first saw this, I was like, that's Magneto? Like, I see it, but I'm like, why is he white? This is a cool ass design. I think what I also appreciate too is that he has the magnetism behind him, and that's what I think he uses for his sword, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he has that behind him at all times. That's really cool. I like the X charm right over here. I like the scar. He has seen some battle. The logo on the back looks really cool. He's Mag-freaking-Neto. It's just futuristic Magneto with the armor and stuff, and like I'm assuming that it's just made out of like the same material. I think it's kind of interesting how his one arm is exposed, but the other one isn't, like it's covered, and I think it's a really cool choice that kind of adds to the look. He's like taking a page out of DMC3 Dante's book. Overall though, I would give this one like a 7. It's cool, it goes pretty hard, but it sticks at a 7 because it doesn't really do a whole lot to stand out. He's been white in the comics a lot. He hasn't used the red in a long time. Gotcha. Uncanny Blacksteel. This is just the same outfit but color swapped, and I think I like the white a little bit more. It's just the same thing, but like a dark purple. I think the white just looks better. I will give this one a like a 6. Scarlet Witch. I started using Scarlet Witch a lot because I'm on PC right now with a controller. I can't play mouse and keyboard, so like I've been saying she's a Symmetra that can just float, but she's more like a Moira. I haven't played Overwatch in a very long time. I just forgot how Moira worked, but I've been really enjoying her, and I think that her look looks really cool. It's Scarlet Witch. You know me and my reds. I like the different shades of red. The red top here kind of going from the shoulder blades to the chest to the tailcoat thing. Different layers. I'm glad that it's not all just one color. Her, it's not a mask. Is it a crown? It's more like a crown. It's a crown. The crown looks nice. I would like to know why she has earrings. That's just a triangle. Is that like a design choice? Do people just wear triangles for earrings? Overall, she looks really cool. She's gonna get like a 7. This one is honestly roughly the same. It's like a 7, but for different reasons, because it replaces the dark palette with a much brighter palette. Even the reds here are different, and then the white really makes it pop. I don't know if I would really use this color just because, you know me, I like my reds. It looks really cool. Like I said, 7 out of 10. It's just an alt color. Gets the same score, but for a different reason. Peni Parker, who we all thought was gonna be the diva of the game, but is actually not. So this one's gonna be kind of interesting because she technically has like 2 different outfits. So it's just diva. There's no other way to put it. She's just diva. It's just a diva suit. It's fine for what it is. It looks cool, I guess. The spider bot armor looks cool also. It's just spider bot armor. I like that it looks like a spider. Oh, that's just a close-up of her, and then I just get direct spider bot crotch when I do that. I wanted like a better look at the spider bot, so I think I need to I thought for a hot second she was gonna do the diva pose where she like has the finger cuts. Maybe I need to do emotes. Yeah, here it is, the emote. I like the V here, like the golden V in the middle. That's really cool. I don't really have any other thoughts about this. It's just a robot mech armor that just looks like robot mech armor. 6 out of 10. And it's just the same thing, but green. But it's a 6 out of 10 again for the same reason. I think it actually does look a little bit better than the red and gold, but again, for different reasons. It's just more like personal taste. It's the same bodysuit, but I can tell, I can see she has different colors in her hair. Like it's green and red versus the gold and red, and then the green accents. That actually kind of works a little bit better actually, because it's a shade of green. Then just kind of goes into this. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Star-Lord, another one of the characters that I was playing in this alpha because as a Tracer player, and Star-Lord is basically just Tracer, but without the ability to teleport. So Star-Lord. He looks really cool here. I like the blue and the gold for the jacket design. Again, kind of what I said about the other Guardians of the Galaxy members. He looks futuristic, but not like he's from outer space. Like it fits the tone. I like the black body armor. I think that, oh my God, can you stop? I'm gonna do an emote thing so you'll just stop moving. He's gonna keep moving again, isn't he? Maybe I need to do this. Bro, I would do that fucking pose. You know, if I can pose my Dante hot toy to do this pose, I think I'm gonna do that because that is just a cool looking pose. He looks really cool. I like the mask. The mask looks really cool. And I know that this is just kind of like, you know, Star-Lord mask, right, design, but like it just, he looks really good here. He really does. I like the blue jacket with the gold accents. Overall has a really cool looking design here, it's like especially for his default look. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Like it doesn't wow me, it's Star-Lord, but it looks cool. I would like an alternate color where he's red though, because you know me and my reds, but that's like the only thing that I would like to see. I think that the rest of it's fine. Like if it was a red and gold, I think it would look really cool also, but I like the blue and gold also. And we have Master of the Sun from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 6, Number 9 from 2020. And I will tell you all right now, I am not vibing with this outfit. For starters, the Super Saiyan hair, not doing it for me. Facial hair for here and then Star-Lord's face, not doing it for me. He's like, what? Yeah, you heard me, Star-Lord. It's not doing it for me. Gun design is pretty whatever. I get what they're going for with like the future rock star aesthetic, but it doesn't work for me. I don't like this logo. I don't like this. I don't really like the back logo either. It's just, I don't like this at all. It's getting like a 4 out of 10. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of like this bodysuit rockstar look. And I think that this, I'm just not a fan of. I just think this looks way cooler. I think even if it was like this, but with this hairstyle, then it would maybe save it. But it's just, the Goku hairstyle just does not do it for me. I don't even know what I would do to fix this, to be honest. It's just like, I'm just not vibing with it. I'm sorry, I'm just not vibing with it. I think the more I think about it, it really is just the face. The face, the facial hair, and the hair. I think that's really more what it is. And our final character is gonna be Namor, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've seen it pronounced 2 different ways and no one has corrected me yet, so I'm gonna say Namor. He is the King of the Seas. I don't know a thing about this character, so I apologize when I say it's just Marvel Aquaman with a question mark. He looks like Aquaman. Why is there an eye on the trident? I'd like to know the answer to that question. I like actually that the trident has the scaly textures, the shoulder pad, and then the gauntlet on the side over here. That's just kind of a typical design for these armored looks, right? He can fly because he has wings on his shoes. That is very interesting. He looks cool. Doesn't wow me. Like I wouldn't play the character because he looks like this, but I feel like you get a good vibe of what he's about just by looking at him. Like he is the King of the Sea water guy, and I'm sure that when I look at his abilities, because I haven't seen this guy, he's gonna be throwing a trident probably. Yeah, like I said, you know exactly what this guy's gonna do by just looking at him. Like 6 out of 10 with a question mark. Yeah, like 6 out of 10. He's all right. And finally, we have an alternate color, which is just the purple. I don't know which one I like better. They're about the same. I think this one gives me more, oh, it's ocean Aquaman, Namor, King of the Sea vibes, when this one's like, oh, it's like evil Aquaman, ocean, Namor guy. Something about the purple makes him look a little more dastardly. Even like look at him right there. Like this looks like an evil guy. You know what it looks like? Dante, Virgil. That's basically what this feels like to me, and it's about the same. So it's gonna get like a 6 again. Did they do anything different to his hair? Oh, they did. So the yellow braids are replaced with white braids. That's also another thing to make him evil. Ooh, 6 out of 10. And that is going to be all of the suits for the Marvel Rivals Alpha. My favorites of the bunch were definitely Spider-Punk, because Spider-Punk looked really, really cool, especially compared to the default look for Spider-Man. Then Hela, the red Hela, was still my favorite overall. This one, definitely my favorite for sure, even though I don't play this character and I despise playing against her. So I'm really looking forward to when the game fully releases and we get more outfits. I'll probably do gradual updates as we get more outfits. Maybe like when they do seasons, I'll do like a seasonal update where it's like, oh, it's Marvel Rivals outfit season 1, Marvel Rivals outfit season 2, that sort of thing. Or maybe doing specific characters, if one character gets more outfits, that sort of thing. Just so I have like a little bit more of a back and forth comparison, and like it kind of rates a little bit fairly, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know, we'll see what happens, and we may just get more outfits during the closed beta, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I get into, because I reached level 10, and that doesn't give you guaranteed beta access. I found out it just gives you the potential to get into the beta. So let me know what you think of all of these suits in the comments below, and as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button to see more. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you next time.